Hi, it's Cole here, and it's time for the September 2019 Oracle Blessings. These blessings are based around your zodiac sign, and you can base them on your zodiac sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and of course your Venus sign. Your Venus sign is somewhat recommended just because it is the sign that is most associated with love and happiness, and it is definitely something that I like to focus on. Anyway, also maybe your Venus sign, just because my Venus is in Virgo and it's Virgo season, so who knows, maybe your Venus sign will stick out to you more this month if you're connecting with my energy. In honor of Virgo season, we're going to streamline these a little bit just so that I can get them all done. So rather than having a personal meditation for each of your zodiac blessings, we're just going to do this one meditation, and my recommendation is going to be that you come back and view this video and so that you can tap into the energy, and then we'll go on to the blessings. And this will just save a little bit of time so that I can do all of them, because your girl is very, very busy right now, and that's okay. Being busy is good, especially in Hermit season. So that being said, Virgo is represented in the tarot by the Hermit card. The Hermit card represents going within, going on a solo journey, kind of facing yourself, following yourself, getting to know yourself. When you think of the hermit, it's someone who's kind of renounced the world. So it's very interesting that a hermit season is when we move into one of the most busy times of the year, where you're most, you're constantly working, you're constantly exposed to people. We have the school year starting off, fashion week, all these things that happen. I think fashion week, I don't know, I don't clearly don't care about that, but all these things happen when it just so happens to be Virgo season. And Virgo season, and it's a time of kind of getting organized, figuring things out. You want to get to work. So it's exciting. But with all that busyness, we do start to kind of self-reflect. We're so occupied. We're so moving forward that we start to understand. We start to have an internal dialogue of what belongs, what doesn't belong, what is sustainable, what is not sustainable. So we start to face ourselves during all of this busyness. Also, because we're so busy, we don't have quite as much time to get into the dramas of life, which is quite nice. And the power of Virgo, just kind of like seeing through and like figuring out where things should go and how things should be, and that perfectionism is really put to good use during this season. So for our meditation this month, I want to just invite all of us to welcome in that internal gaze, to welcome in some reflection of what is actually going to serve your highest good in the long run. What of this busyness is sustainable, and what are you going to leave behind? And just a willingness to be alone as you figure this out, to not get too absorbed in your relationships and all of that, but instead in your relationship with yourself. And by the time October comes away, the very passionate seasons of Libra and Scorpio, hopefully you'll be more at ease within yourself, so that you can have really fun experiences in your relationships. Sound good? All right. So to tap in, we're just going to take one hand on our heart, one hand on the belly, and close our eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself at work or somewhere really where you're really, really busy and there's lots of people around. Maybe it's at home, maybe trying to get something done at the library, wherever it is. There's lots of people around. And there's lots of noise in the distance. But you have something really important to accomplish, and it all just kind of fades. And you realize it's all just a distraction. and your eyes suddenly open in this very clear, piercing way, and you see the task in front of you more vibrantly than you ever have before. And it's almost like a third eye also has opened up. Your mind has accessed more awareness than it normally has access to. And all you can see is this task in front of you. And as you're working on this task, you slowly start to realize that you're working on yourself. That all along, everything around you was just an illusion. Every person, every task, every obstacle has just been a mirror showing you where you're at in your journey, who you are. And with this clarity, you start to really, really get to work, attempting to understand more clearly, understand more fully who you are, what you want, what no longer serves you, where you need healing, how you can do this, what's a priority and what is not. Good, and then take your hands over your forehead and your eyes. We'll just ask Reiki for support over the next month so that we can get as much clarity as possible. And as we get this clarity and we build our relationship with ourselves, as we see our relationship with ourselves and our environment and our world, we will be healing and improving every area of our lives. So doing this work not for punishment, but for growth. Knowing that it will lead to the next chapter in our journey. Good. And then bring your hands back to your heart, just bringing your attention to the crown of your head. I'd like you to give your higher self permission to continue to connect with me, with my higher self, that is, with Reiki, with our spirit guides, our archangels, highest energy from all corners of the universe, for your personal readings, so that you can receive whatever information you need to help you on this path, the Hermit path of the season, at least the first portion. Understanding this relationship with yourself will lead you to better relationships with others and the world. All right, I'll see you in your reading.